Hello, we've got a new product to show you, the Fronius Fortis. Well, the Fortis is the completely new next generation Fronius MIG welding machine. A lot of you will be familiar with the Transsteel. This is a small version, nice multi-voltage, portable, etc. but still has an old style interface, namely a whole load of lights which you can pick your different materials from, and then you have two knobs here to adjust the amps and various other things like arc length, etc. As you can see, this has an easy to read screen and has a lot of symbols that will completely make sense as we go through showing you what this can do and how you interface with it. It depends what you're doing. If you're doing steel, you could get one of the standard just big 300, 400, 500 amp machines for doing structural work. However, if you're doing aluminium or stainless steel, it's always recommended you get the pulsed MIG version. The nice thing about these machines is that you can upgrade them. You can upgrade them with different programs as programs come available. Well, primarily they're a MIG welder, but they also do stick welding, MMA, and also can do DC, lift start, TIG welding. That's as far as this platform will go. If you wanted to have something that does everything, you want to go for the I-Wave, and that's a very, very nice machine. It would have every single program this would have on it, and more so, and that it is a proper, true multi-process with MIG, TIG, and the TIG is AC/DC. You can have any MIG program in it. This is limited more to the MIG welding range, and it is for anything from a sheet metal shop, right through to heavy structural steel works. Well, as I said before, aluminium, stainless steel, mild steel, pretty much anything that can currently be MIG welded can be MIG welded with the Fortis. When you go to the pulse MIG platform, you get some very, very nice results on those more exotic materials. Well, that is really the big thing here. So, as you can see here, you've got this big centre symbol. It's saying 6 at the moment, and what that is actually saying is 6 millimeters. So 6 millimeters of material, and it's presetting everything in the background to suit the 6 millimeters. The centre dial here, as you can see, can increase or decrease it, but also you have a symbol here indicating what you're doing. So it's showing, in effect, a thinner or a thicker piece of material with larger welds. You've also got other features. As a synergic MIG welder, other things like arc length control are very important. Because it fixes your volts and your wire speed to a certain proportion to each other, if you want to change a little bit of the characteristic of the weld, i.e. you might be doing a root run or you might be doing a capping run, arc length control is the easy way to sort this out. So quite simply what it's doing, as I increase this value, it's keeping the wire speed the same but increasing the voltage. But the nice thing about the Fortis, it will actually indicate what your weld will look like, and in this case I've increased the voltage right up and it's showing a lot of undercut because there's not enough wire going in. If I reduce this, you will see that that's getting narrower and narrower, which is excellent for a root run, but if I go too narrow, you get a horrible little weld with very little washing into the walls, which also isn't very good. So you know there's a sweet spot somewhere, and usually somewhere off 0, which is where you have got your preset proportion between the wire speed and the voltage. Well, it has data capture in the sense that you'll see if you go into the menu, it actually logs your welds. It has connectivity Wi-Fi and with Bluetooth, Wi-Fi you can use obviously to update the software as it comes available. Bluetooth can be used on a variety of things. You could make it link onto your phone in helping you to perfect some welding programs. Power supply requirements, well, this actual machine is a multi-voltage, and when I say that, it will run off single phase or three phase. Single phase would be 240 volt. It's pretty much anything from 200 amps through to 450 amps voltage, but single or multi-voltage. Warranty, if you register this equipment, you'll get a 3-year parts and labour warranty. Servicing is really down to your company's own policies. Some have annual services. It's recommended you get machinery calibrated once a year anyway, and it's a must if you're in structural steel work, just for the CE marking. Very. I haven't dropped it yet, but I'm not expecting it to break anytime soon. Well, mostly it's software driven. You can have different length torches. If you've got a separate wire feed version, you can have a longer interconnection lead. This one is an air-cooled machine, gas-cooled. You could put a cooler on and a water-cooled torch if you're doing a lot of high-end amperage. So the benefits of the Fortis is it's something that's future-proof. You have a lot of programs already in there. One major plus point, particularly for those who haven't had a lot of welding experience, is the new Welding Wizard, which I'll quickly just demonstrate now. So click onto this and various joints are shown in this screen. So I'm going to do a T-joint, and as you would know, the angle you're welding at is very important. If you're going a vertical up or overhead, you need different amps to if you're doing a flat weld. So I'm going to select this flat weld just for now. I've got your sheet material thickness, which I'm going to put to 8mm, and then the A dimension is to do the size of the weld we're intending to put in there, so I'll put 4mm, and then we select next, and it gives me an overview of the settings required to do that particular weld. Now, so far this is a little bit limited, but as software comes available, these can all be uploaded for all the different positions, different materials, and once you continue, I've done my overview and now I'm going to apply this. This will actually set it in the machine for the next weld you do. You can also set it as a job as well in the big job bank it has. So these after-sales support, you have dedicated engineers, Fronius engineers. Although their main tech centre is based in Milton Keynes, they have other depots throughout the country and service engineers you can call on. The great advantage of buying Fronius is you probably will never need to see a repair engineer.